Hi, my name's Ben. I'm currently in Dallas, Texas, and I like playing Review Starlight.
I'm Steven. I'm originally from Florida, but I've lived in Texas for a good long while. I like playing Hall Live and Sword Art Online.
My name's Billy. Born and raised here in Fort Worth, and I like playing. That time I got reincarnated into a slime and Hall Alive.
My name's Ian Brazil, born and raised in Texas. I spent a large sum of money on Max Already Azure Lane, so I better enjoy that franchise.
So I started playing Weiss in 2013, which was before there was even English Weiss. None of these guys were here.
Yeah.
It was like it was three of us and hope and a prayer, but we spent a lot of time collecting and learning the game and teaching it to other people. And now we have this huge, very healthy community that we're all very proud of. So yeah,
I started playing card games and I started with Yu-Gi-Oh, what everyone does, part of my Yu-Gi-Oh as a kid, and then I grew up, and then when I hit high school, I started playing that competitively, and then after a couple years, I fell off of that, and I started moving around, played Pokemon for a little bit, played Vanguard for a little bit, and then I was playing Vanguard actually when I met the Weiss people here in DFW, and then they got me into it, and they got me at 2019.
yeah.
2019.
Yeah.
It was
You guys were like COVID Weissers.
Yeah. Like I started playing. I literally bought my first deck 1 month before shutdown.
So I started playing card games back in 2012. My freshman year of high school, I was in band. A bunch of people in band played card games, got me into playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And I played that competitively all the way up until about 2016, 2017, somewhere around there. And then I moved over to playing Bushiroad games. So started on Vanguard, ended up playing Weiss starting back in 2017, but started playing the game competitively towards the tail end of 2018. And I've kind of just been playing it ever since.
Freshman year of college in 2019, walk into one of the common rooms. There are two people playing Weiss. I'm like, hey, what's that? It looks like a neat game. And they're like, oh, yeah, it's this anime card game called Weiss Schwarz. It's very cool. And one of them is playing Haruhi, and the other one is playing Love Life Sunshine. I'm like, yeah, but I'm not like a weeb like that, though. I don't really like any of those franchises you just mentioned. They're like, but there's a Batman Ninja set that just came out, and you can buy that trial deck on Amazon for only $20. And thus, I got my ass beat with a Batman trial deck for 6 months before going to an LGS. And then I kept playing Batman because I was broke, and that was the only thing I had for another year and a half. And then, probably about a year and a half ago, I started actually being able to get decks and playing more competitively.
I believe this is all of our first time at Worlds.
So our first Worlds.
Yeah.
So for all of us, even though they've obviously been playing less than I have, they're just better than me.
Better than me, he says. The world champion. Might I remind you, he has both of us driving to his house once, twice, 3 times a week to skip any respective local to jam 4 or 5 or 6 games in. And then we get to the world tournament. What happens? His winning in is me for the top 8. And then he goes through quarters, semis. The finals opponent, that guy. So he gets to play test against his winning in and finals opponent over the course of 5 months. And he was like, man, these guys are better than me. It's crazy.
It does. You make it sound easier than it was.
True.
So I think maybe I had a 45% win rate against them, prior to Worlds. I was not feeling confident.
How they ran it in Japan is they did all worlds all at once. So
Yeah.
we had
All the Bushiroad card games are there in the
Weiss
same room.
Worlds, Shadowverse Worlds, Vanguard Worlds, the other Vanguard Worlds.
The other Weiss Worlds.
The other
and
Vanguard
then
Worlds.
the JP Weiss Worlds, and then the other 2 Vanguard JP Weiss, or JP
So
Worlds.
there were
It was chaotic.
There were 5 or 6 world tournaments going on at the same time, basically, in one large.
They have 8 casting teams in there, just in a quarter of the space.
Yeah.
They had a whole corner sectioned off for stream, and they had 5 different stream setups.
Yeah.
I mean, I can speak to like most of our part is we generally run like 5 to 6 locals per week with shops all around DFW. And the thing is, most of the time with other card game communities, it's your local shop is, where you go to. You go to locals once a week. But for us,
Maybe twice.
Yeah, maybe twice somewhere else. But for us, it's different. If you're going to be competitive in any card game, it's all about how much time you're putting in, how much practice you're putting in.
For sure.
And with the right mindset to do it. And it's not only about the one player, it's about the community behind it. And so while Cardhaven might have a Yu-Gi-Oh scene and then you have like Epic down in Hearst having so different local scene, the Weiss community is truly DFW wide. We all travel all around DFW to go to these shops and play. And that's really, I do believe our recipe for success on this part is just how much we're able to play and obviously the amount of people willing to contribute to the competitive mindset.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing is that you need people who are like-minded.
Mm-hmm.
They're reaching for it as much as you are, because without that, you're never going to get it as strong by yourself or in a small group than if you are in a huge group and we're all pushing in the exact same direction. So that's nice to have.
Yeah, it's kind of how other Weiss groups form kind of all around the world. Like SoCal has a group. They have a bunch of locals. They have a lot of people that are very competitive and pushing. New York kind of has that. Chicago definitely has that. It manifests around the world.
It's kind of just like, we're kind of just really lucky because we have so many people. Because in most other card games, when you get committed to the game, you start forming your own player group and then you stop going to locals.
Yeah.
But then with Weiss being a slightly smaller game and all the people in DFW ended up being really competitive. So it kind of just formed where because there's a point where at some point where other card games you stop going to locals because you can just play random stuff sometimes that doesn't help. But in Weiss we're lucky that here everyone's super competitive. So it's 9 times out of 10 you'll probably be playing a relevant matchup that's actual practice. So going to locals here is just good, I guess.
Yeah. And everybody benefits from that.
Yeah. Unless you're playing the funny mid-tier. I got to play the funny mid-tier over the last 2 or 3 months because I wanted to try to play it at the team regional. And I'm like, man, all this meta practice is so good. I'm fighting all these Chainsaw Mans and Hololives and Slimes. And they just get to fight my stupid Review Starlight deck. Perfect. 10 out of 10, no notes.
I've known Ian the longest because he kind of got into the game. He and his brother got into the game before these two. So we met them at a local event and we liked them and they were cool and they were coming from other games. So a lot of us that are on the upper end of the competitive scene have come from other card games because some of those skills translate from one game to another. So we're like, yeah, these guys are good and they're like-minded like we are. And then when COVID happened, there was a year where I just didn't go to shops. And so when I came back, there were all these new people that I didn't know. And I was like, I don't know if these people are going to be the right sort of people. But they're both extremely good and have gotten very, very good in a very short time. So I think we just got lucky in that sense. We were able to attract the right people. But yeah, I think all of us met just from going to local events. You show up at a store and you're like, oh, who's that? Yeah. It's I don't know who that is. Yeah. Now I think we're all at the point where we know who everybody is. Yeah. And so when we see new people, we're like, who's that?
We met back when I started the game back in 2017.
Yeah.
But
I think me and Ian knew of each other before because we both played Yu-Gi-Oh! But we didn't really interact.
Yeah, because in general, where his locals was and where my locals was not
not accessible at the time.
Not very accessible at the time, but he got into the game all because we both played Vanguard together during the later part of 2019. And he kind of looked, we're watching the World Championship because we have a couple of friends who went back in 2019. And he was like, hey, Ian, I want to buy this deck. I was like, all right, I have this deck. It's sold out on TCG Player. But hear me out. I want you in this game. Let me give you the hookup. Sold him the deck. and then COVID happens.
I go to one event where I hadn't met him yet, but I ran into him at like a mid-level local event, and he just like I think he just throttled my ass, and then like a week later they're like, no more locals.
Yeah, certainly. And then Ben obviously came during the middle of COVID because in general.
Yeah, I never got the chance to meet people before COVID. I
Yeah.
picked up a little trial deck, and then the universe is like, all right, guys, go home. And I was
Go
like,
home,
word?
Go home and
You're
stay
spitting.
there.
And even after I got the trial deck, it's like I had classes on Tuesday and Thursday, which was like the local timing that was near me at the time. And so I just kept going back to the common room, and all the other people who knew how to play Weiss were just like throttling me with Love Life Sunshine meta and like Persona 5 deck and like perfectly played horror he deck. And I was like, shit, I need more cards.
That's the true card gamer's dilemma.
Yeah.
If only I just had better cards.
See, at that time, I had worse cards.
It was true at that point. With Weiss, they have 2 regional cycles. So there's a spring regional cycle, which is going on right now, which is team events, so 3v3, which is a bit more casual if we're talking about in terms of like regional play. You get to group up, with your friends, play different sorts of sets. And then in the fall season is your super try-hard competitive regionals, 1v1, and then the invites to Worlds. Mm-hmm. So I would say for most of us, we have like a few team events we'll go to, 2 to 3 team events per year.
3 is
and
even
then,
pushing it. But
yeah, and then as many of the 1v1 regionals as you can feasibly attend with your work financial situation.
Yeah.
I think all of us are basically committed to attending until you qualify or bust.
Yeah.
So, and then in terms of weekly schedule, I probably play the least. Yeah. I'm playing 2-3 times a week maximum. They're playing 4 times a week minimum.
I came in right at the start of COVID. I've technically played this game for like 5 years about at this point. Mm-hmm. But I've only played Weiss for like 2 competitive single seasons, like fall 2022 and fall 2023 were the only cycles where I played it competitively. And in the first year, 2022, I went to 2 events, Chicago and Dallas. I got top 8 in Chicago or Houston rather,
right? Yeah.
And I bombed out of Houston. And I made top 8 in Houston, so I was like, dang, I want to win. And so then, like, this last year, I went to 4 events.
Yeah.
Because the cycle is split into fall, the 3v3s in the spring and the singles in the fall. Most of the travel happens in the fall, and so they'll put out, like, 10 regional locations per continent, like 10 in NA and Central America.
I feel like it's like 8.
Roughly, like 8 to 10. And then, like, 8 to 10 in Europe, and then 8 to 10 in Oceania.
Asia.
And you have to get top 3 at a regional to go to Worlds.
Yep.
And so it's like they'll announce all the dates and in like August and then it'll be from like mid-August all the way till the middle of December.
That's when the frantic mash the
and then you mash
get the
Actually, it's really cursed this year because they changed like Weiss from Sunday to Saturday, but specifically only for like 2 of the Spring Fest. So it's kind of unknown what it's gonna be like in the fall.
Yeah, because like you it's kind of just like it feels very hectic in the fall because it's like dates are announced. All right, what days can we afford to take off, or what days can which ones can we go to?
Yeah,
and so
I was definitely the most ignorant with trying to go to regionals last year.
The general plan was like
probably this year.
The more we wanted it, that we did like 1 a month ideally. Like perfect world, 1 a month.
Yeah.
In the falls.
And then just qualify in the first one, and then you don't have to go to that.
True.
That's how you do it.
True.
Yeah. Because I went to all 5 of the ones that were based in the United States last year. I literally couldn't go to any more domestic regionals.
Yeah, because they count Canada and Mexico.
They count
and
Canada,
Costa
Mexico,
Rica.
Costa Rica, Puerto Rico.
Those are all North
the
America.
So, but you have to qualify from within your like quote unquote region of North America.
No benefit going to Europe.
Yeah, no benefit going to Europe or Asia for sure.
Unless you just want to like stomp about.
This year, I'm like allocating resources to try to go to 7, just because I really want to play more of the card game. Talking about like weekly schedule, I joked about this like recently. I was like, because I work remote Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. What tends to happen is that I can do my work, and then I'll have some extra time to play webcam games afterwards. So the schedule is Monday, work, webcam, locals, Tuesday, work, webcam, locals, Wednesday, in office, then locals, Thursday, in office, then locals, then Friday, work, webcam games, locals, then Saturday, if I don't have plans. Webcam games, then locals again. And then on Sunday, that's when we do all the chores and everything we neglected to do for the entire week.
You're insane.
Yes.
So, I think Ben and I have both been committing harder to fitness. So, doing some, hitting the
been
gym,
doing my level
doing the rock
best.
climbing.
Rock climbing,
Yeah.
or clubbing, or now and then, stuff like that. But yeah.
I'm married. I'm the only.
He has obligations.
So, yeah. Luckily, I married somebody who's like-minded like me. So, video games or hang out, watch TV, watch anime. Man, that's a tough ask.
Yep. We'll just say
Gundam 00.
Nice.
Sword Art Online, probably.
We view Starlight.
I'd be betraying everything, but it's fate.
Yeah. No, that tracks.
That
Yeah.
tracks. That makes
Weird.
sense. Yeah, that's crazy.
So,
I'll be real with you, Chief. I can't grade any of my hierarchy cards. They're in decks. So it was hard to pick cards for grading.
So I sold a card once and they asked me to grade it. They were based in the UK, and so they were like, "Hey, you live right by where Beckett is. Can you just grade this for me?" And so that was the first time I ever interacted with Beckett, and it wasn't even my card. I was third partying it for someone else. And I didn't know anything about grading. I was like, sure, whatever that is.
Yeah, whatever's clever.
And so I sent it to, fill out the form. Somebody from Beckett contacted me and was very helpful, like to get all that squared away. And yeah, very easy process. I've started to get more into the collecting side of it just because that's kind of my nature. You try to limit your collecting, but it spreads. So I started with collecting vintage video games. And so card games is like I'm playing them enough, so why not? We could do a little collecting.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've submitted with grading it in general. I do collect a lot of cards because I like collecting stuff, but I'm a standard weeb, so anime merch is hard when you don't have a lot of shelf space.
Yeah.
Cards solve that problem.
It's true.
Cards are really easy, though.
Especially when they're anime card games.
I think for a lot of us, it was more about, we were less about the collecting and more about just having the best looking deck possible.
Yeah.
So,
Mine is less on the collecting as in I want this specific thing. More of my collection gets involved in I have a story involved with this card.
A lot of the stuff I've collected have a history associated with it.
They've got histories behind them. How I obtained the card or what the card means is pretty much if you look at my collection binder back at home, it is a hodgepodge of random nonsense that would make no sense because it's some of those cards have incredible value and some of those cards have no value, but it's it's all about the story behind what it is really what I care about more.
Almost 100% of all 100% of the card games I don't play anymore that I still have cards is probably because I've collected them and they're a deck I used to play or an archetype I used to like.
we love that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nah. I just haven't been able to collect that much because I started broke and then ramped up from there. And then all the high rarity stuff is like, I would like to slot this in a deck and throw it in your face and win. So, very minimal collecting so far, but it's fun. World champ privilege.
No,
World
world
champ is like,
last.
I won.
I'm
I get to
last,
open
I'm last,
first.
okay.
Always last.
Why not?
What do we got?
What did you put in there?
I don't remember. That is a fantastic question. It's like a Christmas present.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it is. So, first one, Ishtar.
Nice.
How did it
The
turn
first max rarity spend
Yeah,
waifu.
So this is the first max rarity spin. This is about what I expected. This card was
out?
played.
Did it get played? There you
This card was played. This is not. None of this was graded with the express purpose of I need a high grade to feel good about myself. It is like, no, I want the card preserved as is.
Yeah.
That's how this is.
For sure.
All right. Oh, nice. So this is the Frederick Secret Rare from Azure Lane.
A little
So-
10?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we lose on centering?
Yes, we did.
I knew it!
The thing that
It's
gets
a
last
classic.
cards all the time.
all the rainbow foils.
It's all the rainbow. All right. Oh yes. So the Soul Bad Guy from this recent Worlds. Nice looking card at the very least.
Straight up 10.
10, 9.5
Yeah.
centering?
Yeah, 9.5.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get hit on every piece.
We gotta give a
Well,
shout out to wherever they
Ah.
print these cards.
Yeah.
Yep. And the My 2019 regional promo. It's a good looking card. It's
Yeah,
also
yeah.
incredibly
Is that the
expensive.
Worlds promo?
No, it's
No.
the regional winners promo.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's probably that's one of the most valuable Weiss cards in existence, probably.
Man, it's so close to that black label.
So close.
Yeah, centering?
Straight 10. though.
Nope, edges.
Oh,
Edges.
man. Tragic.
All right.
It's because when they give them to you, they don't give them to you in a container.
Yeah,
that,
they give
like-
you in a sleeve.
Ooh, let's see what we got.
And then we'll loop around and avoid
Yeah.
the
What
spicy one.
what's crazy about it is that I never even touched it.
Yeah. Yeah. You just left it in the
I left it
plastic
in the exact
container.
container they gave it to me in.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, the
What do we
first
got?
card. It's the 1-0 SP, the Shizu combo. It's the Shizu SP. I actually have 4 of this card.
Nice.
I might send the other 3 later, but
He's like trying to high roll the black
I'm not
label.
surprised. I'm not surprised it got a 9.5 because this card is from 2020, and
Played.
I've had 4 of them that I've been playing since 2020. Legitimately,
Yeah.
like actually in a competitive deck.
The only thing we can confirm for sure is that any of the played ones that Ian and I played with will just turn out bad.
100%.
We're
But,
just
we
little rough on the
expected it,
shuffle.
so we're here.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is definitely just going on the shelf.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do we got?
We
It's
got?
very cool.
It's a magic. I can't see. Ooh. Okay. So this is.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
Sky
this is
promo?
the new 2020. What year is this? 2024 Shop Challenge promo.
Yep.
Yeah, I actually won this literally 4 days before submitting the cards to Beckett. Like I
Yeah,
won it,
yeah.
and I'm like, oh yeah, because I was having trouble. The honest answer was I was just going to ask to send 4 of these in, but I was like, you know what?
Yeah, let's do some different
Let's get some stamp cards. Yeah, I was like, this is new.
I almost sent in. I have some of the P5 stamp cards.
Ooh,
I almost sent one in.
Ooh, and then it's the 10. It's a 10. Yeah, this is my Soul Bad Guys promo that I got for Going to Worlds. I'm actually really surprised that I got a 10 because did I tell you how they handed this to me?
Yeah, no, they just
No.
kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
they
so-
didn't even give us two. They weren't even in sleeves.
Yeah, they were just
They were just like, here
Round-
you go.
They're
in
like
the
big
middle of round
round.
3.
they were like, all right, guys, before we start the tournament announcements, we're not handing out the promos till round 3, so keep playing till round 3, and then we'll hand it out. And then like, I was on stream, so I didn't get it then, but apparently they just like
Yeah.
right as
No,
the round
dude,
started, they were handing it to me.
Literally, I'm like
Mid-game.
deciding a turn, and they're like, "Here's your Worlds promo," and I was like, "I have a fighter."
But then they were like, we finished the match on stream, me and my opponent, and then they're like, all right, go up to the front desk when you have time, and they'll hand you the stuff.
Bruh, I
But
wish
we
they
were
told
on
us that.
stream, so as soon as we finished, they started the next round. And so we had to wait, and then round 4, I had to like look for my opponent. I found him. We went up to the front desk, and they're like, all right, yeah, you need to get your stuff. Oh, yeah, you were on stream. Okay, yeah, cool. One of them, they go around back, and they fish around, and I hear some, like, boxes getting moved around. And they're like, all right, yeah, here we go. And they have, like, one of those, like, things where you hold, like, 20 of a card.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, okay, yeah, I got you.
That's
Pulls
what
it
they
out
put
and
the
says,
actual world's champion
here's one
promo
for
in.
you.
It's one of those
Here's
things.
one for you, and then, oh, yeah, here's your mat. And then, so I was literally sitting there, like, I sat there for, like, a minute, and, like, I looked at the guy I played the round for, I'm like, I don't have a sleeve. Do you have one?
Yeah. It was
didn't
obscene.
prep for it.
Yeah, I couldn't
it's a
believe
little
it.
Crazy.
What's this so I know what this last card is.
Yeah.
This is the 2019 Springfest promo for 3v3s. I actually wasn't playing then, but this is one of the sets. This is the Card Captor promo, and this is one of the sets that I really kind of wanted to play when I first got into Weiss, and I really like this set, and I actually got it off of Steve when I first started playing, actually.
That's true.
And I've had it for a long time, so I'm happy.
Yeah, nice 10.
Let's
Right.
go.
What do we
Alright,
got?
We got some review Starlight. Hear me out, guys.
Bro, you got a box.
Let's see if I can open it.
You're doing it.
Yeah,
right.
you're correct.
Just keep going.
Just
Alright,
go to the side.
There
Yeah,
we go.
use your-
Boom.
use your muscle.
Actually, oh no. First we have. So I didn't have that much to grade, so I got one of the cards graded for one of my friends. They got a Gochi Yusa card graded. I have no idea what this is. I've been told that it's a climax swap and that it's like potentially relevant, but
It's good looking.
Other cool stuff. Ooh. Yeah, we have the JP version of the
You gotta take the plastic
Futaba. What is it? The Futaba Starlight. So for set 1, they made 99 of each of these kinds of live action voice actress cards that were all Sharpie signed by the voice actress before being put in the pack for both languages. Actually, I don't even think they made 99 for English. There's just like strictly there's like missing numbers for English.
Really?
So like it's
There's
even
a
rarer
couple
somehow.
numbers that are unaccounted for. Sure.
Yeah, it's just like even
I
rarer
think,
somehow.
like,
I think they're just
yeah.
unopened cases.
Yeah, I think there's
Could
just
be.
a world where someone's got like some store bought randomly Weiss. Like,
Yeah,
It's in a room somewhere.
yeah.
Yeah. It's but yeah, and so that's going to our Futaba Sim. The other one that's going to Futaba Sim is this one that I cracked on my birthday from like 6 packs from an anime pop. And I was like, yeah, we'll send that in. Got a nice 10 for the round.
The cool thing about Weiss is because it's the anime card game, you'll see it randomly at other like not card game stores. Like
Yeah.
you'll go to like anime
Yeah,
stores,
yeah.
like, oh, we've got cards. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I see.
Yeah. So there's that, and then finally I picked up another one of these. It's a SP from the Extra Booster Idle Delight set for review. This one also has a voice actress on it. It's much less rare because it was just the Japanese Extra Booster, and it has like the normal kind of SP styling on it, like the hot stamp. And I just got it because it looks neat.
Nice. They made 2 different voice actor ones?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Because the Adel Delight set was based off of the Adel Delight stage play that they were running at the time, so they got voice actresses on it.
Weird.
But also because it's a stage play that only ran in Japan, did International get the set? No.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, I guess it's me now.
Yeah, it's time.
All right.
Show us the goods.
Let's see. All right. So we know how to build drama. So
We gotta order this properly.
yeah.
It's already
so,
ordered properly.
All right. So my first card is of course, it is a Sword Art Online Link Strike Shinon. So this is from several sets ago. I've had this SP for I don't know how long. I think I traded another local 2 SPs to get this one because they were around equivalent value at the time. But yeah, super nice. Probably the oldest one in here, I would guess. Oh, nice. So this is also from Fate. This is the Oreshko from Fate. So a nice 10. I think this is one of the first cards I've bought purely for collecting purposes. I have no interest in playing it at all. But I was like, wow, I really like this character, and man, this card looks nice.
I had that deck maxed already. It's not worth playing.
Just to double check, just to confirm.
Just to confirm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So here's my sole participation promo from Worlds 2024, 2023. Yeah, I'm again 10 shocked.
Yeah. Listen, I'm shocked that all of us got 10s at this point.
I at least had like a box nearby that had sleeves in it that I could quickly like get it into something. So that was very cool.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I did get a soul. It's sleeved in a deck. Can't grade it. I'm playing it.
Can't grade it yet.
No.
Whoa! All right. And last but certainly not least, we have the 2023 World's Champion promo. This is a one of one. There are no others, and we got the Black Label
Boom!
10, perfect condition. I have never physically touched this card. Bushiroad gave it to me in a box that did not seem adequate at the time, but I guess it worked out.
Yeah.
I think now we can get a few more photos with it confidently that are we can flex a little harder than we did last time.
Not only is it one
That's
of
right.
one. Not only is it one of one, also perfect. Just to confirm.
Yeah, so that's fantastic. We love to see that. So yeah, awesome. Thanks to Beckett for grading these. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
thank
awesome.
you.